Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I wanted to wish you a wonderful day. I wanted to send greetings to everybody in England, in America, everywhere. That's all around the world. No matter what, the internet is a global platform. Wherever there is to all the English-speaking friends, and so very soon I know I will be able to travel, and so it will be a great pleasure to meet in person. I want to say that right now there is. We are like getting reconfined here. It's very it was part of the plan. So I support Donald Trump in his idea, this effort to fight against this confinement, to fight against having to deprive us from the freedom. We may or may not like. I'm not talking. It's not a political choice. It's an idea of depriving people from their freedom, and so because in the Declaration of Independence there is the right to life, freedom, and the pursuit of happiness. Just as in France we have liberty, equality, and fraternity. There is liberty. Freedom is the first, but freedom is been very greatly. We've been deprived of that freedom, of that sense of self-responsibility. I want to say in terms of reading cards, I'm going to stop doing those complex readings each and every day, because a reading needs a whole month, like 4 to 6 weeks, for the oracle to manifest. So I will do a reading at the beginning of the month, but you will use it. Pull a few cards, but use it much less now. I was asked a question about the difference between spirit and soul, and so it's an infinitely complex subject. It's different things, but it is one. And understanding the spirit is the innermost reality. It all comes from spirit, and it is also the outer borders. It is what surrounds us. For spirit is all inclusive, and it includes the whole universe and beyond. For it is already preparing the continuous expansion of the universe. When the soul is the growing aspect of ourselves, it is the expansion process. It is the life force that is bestowed by spirit to inanimate life. And there was a French poet named Charles Baudelaire in his book. He said he was asking the question: does an animated object have a soul? Do the object have a soul? Personally, after that it's all personal how we perceive those things. But personally, each created object has part of the soul of its creator. It's the same metal that makes a fork or a gun, but there is not the same. The same energy matrix within a fork. It's the same metal, maybe, but it's It's like so. The soul is like there is a soul in the intention and the creation of each an animated object in relative to its creator and its function. For what we're seeing is it's the crumbling of the third dimensional reality. From the fourth dimension, we see that, and we have to allow the heart to lead. For the heart is like very mysterious, those heart force, but we can rely on that. We have to learn to rely on that. And we're becoming, and through this understanding, this new light that is coming, the whole of humanity is becoming aware of all sorts of things that are unfair, unjust, corrupted, dark. For those things, for those who are awakened, we've seen that even before 2012. Everything came up to the picture. Ever since 1948, when George Orwell wrote 1984, everything was brought into the consciousness of humanity. But those systems have been in place for so long. They need to crumble down. They need to be removed so we can create a new world, a world of peace. So we want to focus on this timeline of peace, joy, harmony, which is a paradise timeline, and releasing all the draconian programs. There is some negative extraterrestrial that came from Draco that are all about power and control, and they've set up these systems, but it's all crumbling. The Draconian never could really make this planet their home, because they need hydrogen to live, and they try to turn the planet from oxygen to hydrogen, but it never worked. So they just used it as a fuel energy matrix in order to feed from fear. Fourth dimensional beings, but they will be living as the planet ascends. They will return home, and they will continue their program. So we're moving towards this paradise timeline, and we have to allow spirit to help, and all kinds of our galactic families and friends and support teams, for they are guiding us towards that. They are assisting us towards this creation of this paradise timeline. It's all about creating a heart-based reality where we feel, we sense all those things, and we become sensitive to all those things. and we will return to experience advanced civilization. We've all incarnated in many civilization, galactic civilization before we came here, and therefore we have friends and family there. And so after the first contact, we'll be able to return to those paradise world, those worlds that are settled in light and life, where all beings are living in total joy and love of each other, and so. But it will happen either after the first contact or after this incarnation. But it is a promise. We'll have to return to those worlds, and so so I'm going to have probably to move away from Caen for a few days, because I'm confined here and I cannot stay confined in the hotel. So I'm going to join a friend for a few days. So, so the observer is communication. The highest wisdom is reconciliation. We need to reconcile with ourselves, with our own soul. No matter what we've been through, it's like there is and we have to reconcile with others also, because when we're processing shadows, we sometimes we can get confused, but once we return into the light, things fall into place. And so there is the idea of the highest wisdom being about this reconciliation, this realignment with our soul and spirit, and with all the other people that are part of our soul family and soul plan. What we need to understand is forgiveness. For some people have misbehaved, and so it's about forgiving. It's about being forgiven for it is after that it is once we forgive, it is the responsibility of the others. Once we forgive them, we're no longer tied to them. We don't need to get their forgiveness also, or for them to accept our forgiveness. We just need to forgive, and that frees us, as we frees us from the negative tie that can still be happening, still be present. So we want to ask the Archangel Michael to cut all the ties from all our chakra, frontal and dorsal, so we are completely clear and free into this pillar of light. What we need to do is family, for we can connect to our family. We want to create strong family bonds, for family is a divine institution, just as marriage may be a human institution, but family is divine. And for me, I'm not really sure. Spirit told me that I have this relationship coming, but it's still since it's all, sometimes it's still aligned and sometimes it's coming out of alignment. So we'll see. We have to take one day at the time, and the outcome will be an apprentissage. It's a training process. It's an initiation process. We are being initiated. We are being trained and groomed to ascend into the fifth dimensional realm. So just take everything as an initiation process outside of judgment. Well, I just wanted to make this message. I'm not really sure what's I may have to pack my bags and be ready to go. So I don't know. Spirit is saying that a lot of things unexpected good events will be happening. So I am ready for that as well. I'm going to sing this song that speaks about a time that was even worse. It was the Second World War, and although we feel like in this condition, we're almost like in a war condition right now. It's not a war against the virus; it is the deep state through the government process that are making a war against the freedom of the population. To me, I see that. I do not mean to offend any head of state for taking the measure they're making, or to be in control, in opposition, but at the time there was a resistance, against the war and the tyrannies of the. For all wars are a form of tyranny. For a very long time, war was an engine of evolution. It assisted humanity to grow and evolve. But now we no longer need that. We know that we have grown and evolved. We mature beyond the need to create war. We want 99% of the population wants to live in peace. The 1% are those. The 1% left are those who are profiting from the war. But those will soon be face to face with their cause and their effect, and will be able to recreate this new society that will be based on peace, on concord, on harmony, and brotherhood, sisterhood. So I'm going to sing this song. It's an old French song. This is an English version of the French song. It's called the Song of the Partisan. It was like this. When they put across the border, I was cautioned to surrender. This I could not do. I took my gun and vanished. I've changed my name so often. I've lost my wife and children, but I've many friends, and some of them are with me. An old woman gave us shelter, keep us hidden in the garret. Then the soldiers came. She died without a whisper. There were 3 of us this morning. I'm the only one this evening, but I must go on. The frontiers are my prison. Oh, the wind is blowing. Through the grave the wind is blowing. Freedom will come. Then they'll come from the shadows. Les Allemands étaient chez moi. Ils me disent résigne-toi, mais je n'ai pas peur. J'ai repris mon âme. J'ai changé 100 fois de nom. J'ai perdu femme et enfant, mais j'ai tant d'amis. J'ai la France entière. Un vieil homme dans un grenier, pour la nuit nous a cachés. Les Allemands l'ont pris. Il est mort sans surprise. Oh, the wind is blowing. Through the grave the wind is blowing. Freedom soon will come. Then will come from the shadows. It's a beautiful song. Well, of course, I have many friends that are German, and the new generation in Germany is very much self-aware of this danger of they're very anti-war. All the German friends I have are very much anti-war. They're very self-aware and very ecological, and so for all the world, we'll have to come together. Eventually, the frontiers will dissolve. All the difference between people will dissolve. We'll all create this beautiful world that. So we want to stay focused on that, on the ideal that, and not to allow ourselves to be distracted by the dissolution of this whole 3D matrix. For the last card of the day is the 4th of Michael. Solution can come from the meditation. Sleep more or take a break. Eliminate the stress within you. So it's going to be a time where we're going to need to relax as much as possible. It's another opportunity to find relaxation and to prepare ourselves for the freedom that will come. Not to listen too much to the projections that are being made on TV. There will be events that are going to change the paradigm. So just stay focused on this love, this light, this beauty, this truth, this peace. That cultivate that within yourself. Well, I'm just giving you my own take, but it can never hurt to cultivate that connection. I wanted to thank you very much for your donation, for your invitation, for all your kindness, your message, your support. It's very, very useful to me. I know the doors of freedom will soon come. Will come from the shadow, from the void, for there's a lot of things that are hidden. For the universe is preparing so many things behind the veil that we do not see, but they will be. It's the same thing with extraterrestrials. They may show up in the sky even, and so just keep your. The other day I saw one. They was just passing through like this, and so. But they're there. They're just not. They're waiting for the green light from heaven to manifest themselves here, and so it's like there may be divine intervention that are completely that will come like fifths in the night. Everything may change from one day to the next. Yet there is still this program of darkness that needs to be evacuated, and people need to become aware of all that is not wanted before they can choose to remove it and move into something that is wanted. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.